I cut my Quickie 500 wing cores at almost 48 inches long. Getting foam that long at a reasonable price is a challenge. To get very much of it requires a local supplier. Even in a town the size of Charlotte, there are not a lot of suppliers that carry EPS. I found a company that specializes in materials for stucco and other types of home construction. They have 24-inch by 48-inch foam and 2-inch thick boards in packs of 9 boards at a price of around $30 for the pack. I can get 18 wing blanks out of a pack, so the price, even if some is scrap, is very reasonable. This is where I keep some of my Club 40 airplanes and other sport planes like this P-51, and I have a float plane. It's a Seamaster with a Sato 82 on it, and I have other airplanes in various stages of construction. This is the foam that my supplier carries now. It's made by BASF, and I've cut one package and it seems to be pretty good foam. This is the foam I was using. This package has been in the attic for a couple of years. It's marketed under the Dryvit name, and you can use the dryvit.com website to find a local Dryvit reseller that may carry or be able to tell you who does carry foam. You can get these packages of 24-inch by 48-inch boards in various thicknesses, like 2.5 or 3-inch, or I think they even have it in 6-inch thick packages or boards, like with 3 boards in it. When you go to get your foam go on a dry day, getting foam wet will make it unusable until it completely dries out. In the past, I'd taken my trailer and bought 4 to 8 packs at a time. One day I took my pickup and bought 2 packs on a damp day. Some water got in the package and messed up the ends of some blanks. So don't trust a cloudy sky. It was a lesson learned for me. The first step to cutting the wing cores is to cut the foam to the right size. I use a table big enough to lay the blank on, and I put a couple of 4-inch wide balsa boards that are about a 1/4 inch thick. You can use any size. You don't have to do it this way. I just do it this way because it's easy. What I do is put the foam on the table. And I mark it at 12 inches. Then I take my 50 or 52-inch bow, don't remember exactly which it is. And I put it on the marks. Then I turn on the power supply, and I let the weight of the bow just cut through. And I have 2 blanks ready to trim. This is a jig I made using MDF. It has a 1/4 inch MDF plate on it that's smaller than the core. It's got 1/4 inch rods that are positioned for the wire. I made several attempts before I got it to the size I needed for the foam. I found that I had to cut the foam shorter than 48 inches. And then I found out I needed to be able to cut 24-inch blanks. So I added rods in the middle, and I routed the standoff plate so that the wire could go down. And what you do is put the board, put the weights in place, turn on the power supply, when that piece will come off, it's fully cut. And now I have a fully squared up 47 3/4 inch by 10 inch by 2 inch foam blank for a Quickie wing. This is my foam cutting table. It's a 4 foot by 2 foot piece of 1/2 inch glass. It's sitting on a 4 foot by 2 foot table that's got a nice frame on it. It's the feather cut system with a 52-inch bow. I've rigged it up differently than the normal way because I found that cutting 48-inch cores required a different method of running the wires. What I've done is I put the pulleys together and I route the wires together, and the outer pulley is right next to the where the weight bar is, or the pulling bar, and this system works very, very well. I'll demonstrate how the system works without the foam in place. What you do is hook a 1 pound weight right here. The bar has a little tail wheel on it, and as the wire cuts through the foam, the weight of the bar pulls the wires, and it pulls the wire through the foam until it gets to the end, and it gives it a nice constant pressure on the wire, and you get nice consistent cuts even on a 48-inch core. Now I'm going to cut the foam core, since I have blanks ready. And the first thing I'm going to do is put the templates on the bottom, and I'm cutting a 66/012, and I actually have marked on the templates use other side, so I know which side of the template to use, because it's easy to get your templates oriented the wrong way and cut bad cores, and even though the foam's cheap, you will end up wasting time and effort. It's real easy to write on your templates any details you need. And the holes in the template match the top template, so that when you put the top template in, you use the same nail holes. These are just small nails that are sharpened. I have several sets of templates. I have templates for the 8064, the wing that's used on the Viper 500, because I can make lighter wings than Great Plains does, and that's real nice for Quickie 25. So what I do now is put my weights, which are almost full gallons of paint, keeps the core firmly on the glass, and I pick up the wire and place it up against the foam and pull down the weight bar and put the weight on it, and I move the wire back and forth, and I position the weights about halfway on the arms of the bow, and we're set to cut. So I'll flip on the power supply and let it cut. The wire's through, so I cut off the power supply. First thing I do is take the weight off so it doesn't keep trying to pull. I'll take off my weights. The can in the middle's got less paint, so it's not as heavy. And I roll the bow back. Now I have to change out the templates. And the trick on this is to make sure you get the nail back exactly in the hole. It should go in very easy. Now you position the wing up against the stop. And before you put the wire in place, you go ahead and put the weights on with the core lined up in position, because the weight of the wire will slide the core. The shuck on, actually it's not shuck at this point, but it will be soon. So we put the wire up against the core, press down on the weight bar, put the weight on, slide it, make sure it's free, and turn on the power. The wire's through, so we turn the power off, take the weight off, take the weights off, slide the bow back, and I'll let the templates in on the glass. We have a very nice, very smooth 66012 core, and it just needs the feather cut off the trailing edge. I do that with a Olfa rotary knife. I found that it works much better than using an X-Acto knife. So that's a little hint for cutting your foam cores, trailing edges. I hope you enjoyed this video. I enjoy making the videos, posting to the forums, and maintaining the websites. I enjoy my career as a software engineer, and I enjoy using RC modeling as a subject for my personal projects. I was inspired to make this video by the more than 55,000 views of my cutting foam wing cores for model airplanes video on YouTube. My 3-part series on sheeting Quickie wings has had a lot of views as well. My son Matthew and I are working on a website by the name of foamwing.com that will have links to all of the foam wing related videos. It'll have pictures of foam wing cutting setups and diagrams for power supply like the home built one I made and use. It'll have PDF files with templates for Quickie wings and some other types of wings. Since not everyone wants to cut their own, we'll probably offer cores and sheeted cores for sale. I used to offer this service, and people like my cores at the low price I sell them for. On the pylon racing front, I'm happy to have been involved in the creation of Club 40 racing. It's still popular, and with the AMA having approved the 400-foot two-pole course for Club 40 and Quickie 25 in the AMA 540B document, many clubs have tried these classes. A Skyraider Mach 2 or an LA Racer 40 with a Thunder Tiger Pro 40 is in the 90 to 100 mile an hour range. Quickie 500 plane with a ball bearing 25 is in the same speed range. The North Texas racing crowd is running Quickie 25 and Club 40 together this year. You can visit club40racing.com and quickie25.com for more information. I've created an Android application primarily for RC modelers that's called RC Calculators. It's a collection of calculators that are useful to modelers. It's available in Google Play and in the Amazon App Store. It has a unit converter that's tailored to the types of conversions that modelers do. Even calculator phobic people will find it easy to use. It has a wing area calculator that can calculate area for all types of wings, including wings like P-51 and jet wings. It has an engine size calculator so you can check your engine displacement if you need to, but it has a more fun calculator called the pitch speed calculator that lets you calculate theoretical speed in a variety of ways. It's 99 cents. I think some people haven't bought it because it's $1. It's pretty cheap, but I'm sure there are a lot of people that just don't know about it. I would appreciate your support and comments on features you want to see added to it. I'm going to be doing a Windows Phone and possibly an iPhone version of it. One thing I added to RC Calculators was a set of drill bit charts. I found them so useful that I broke it out into a separate application, and I put it on Google Play and in the Amazon App Store under the name of Drill Bit Charts. It's been downloaded quite a few thousand times. It's a simple set of charts and drill sizes, but it makes a real easy reference for fractional sizes from 1.5 inches down. I'm doing a Windows Phone version that's almost ready to submit for certification, and I'm also doing a Windows 8 version. Please visit my pages on Facebook and post comments about what you're doing and your modeling activities. Send me a friend request and let me know what topics you'd like to see videos of, and let me know what you're doing.